Hi, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to number 6 in the Creation Accelerator series. And today I am going to talk about what the bleep is awareness. So, this is one of the topics that has been really, it's kind of like something that has been coming up a lot. And I thought that I would include it in this series. So, awareness. So, type in the comments awareness if you would like to know more about awareness. Okay? Let me know in the comments if you would like to know more about awareness. Now, here's the thing, we all are very, very aware. We all are really psychic beings, and we are aware of anything and everything. But nobody really taught us how to use our awareness. Hi, Kamni. Hi, Darinka. Good to have you guys live. So nobody has, really taught us anything about awareness. And I wish, when we go to school, they would have taught us in school about awareness. Okay, and if they had taught us in school, then we would probably navigate through life in a totally different way. Hi, Seema. Hi, Priyanka. Hi, Richard. I'm so happy to see all of you live. Hi, Mom. I'm so happy to see all of you live, with me. And of course, I'm also so happy to all the viewers who are watching the replay in a different time. Okay. So, awareness. So, what do you think is awareness? I'd love to know your perception of what awareness is. So let me know in the comments what your perception of awareness is, and then we can kind of build up from that. Okay. So I'm not really going to talk about what is awareness right now. Carla, red is your color. Thanks for that. Okay, so we'll kind of build up on what exactly awareness is in a little while. But how many of you have actually heard this thing of follow your awareness? How many of you have heard that many, many times and you were like, what are they talking about? I have absolutely no clue what they are talking about. What does following your awareness mean? Okay, so let me kind of share a little story with you. So Richard says awareness is sensations. Okay, that's one part of it. So so let me share with you a little story, and Carla says nope, haven't heard that one. Okay, so say you have an appointment, you have to go meet someone at 9 a.m. And in order to go and meet someone at 9 a.m., you have to actually leave the house at 7, because you have to first catch the train, which is going to take you an hour, and then you have to walk for another half an hour to reach that place wherever you are going. And then once you reach there, you might have to do something, so you've kind of left like 30 minutes as a buffer time. Okay, and then for some reason you are not able to leave your house at 7 a.m. at all, and you are sitting there, you're judging yourself. I'm always late. Why does this happen to me? And blah 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 blah. And so finally you end up leaving the house at 7:40 a.m., and then you get to the train station. And as you just walk in, there's a train which comes, you get into the train, you go to the end station, and then you walk, and you reach the other point at 1 hour, and then you take about 15 minutes to walk, and 5 minutes before that time you actually end up reaching that place, and then within 5 minutes the person you're supposed to meet shows up there. Okay, so what just happened? What happened was that you had an awareness of how much time you would actually take, and you actually created those set of synchronicities so that you could get the train exactly, the moment you walked to the platform, the train was there in front of you. And the walk that normally takes you half an hour, it only took you 15 minutes to walk today, because there is no more crowd there, and you reach the spot 5 minutes before you have to meet the person, before that person actually shows up. That is awareness. Okay, so that is something that shows up even, when you have not really asked for it. So here's the thing, that is the energy of what is available to us in 2020. When I spoke about 2020 as having a really fast moving energy, that is exactly what I mean. It means that things are showing up for you even before you realize that you require those things. So like even before you realize that you reach the platform and the train is just pulling in. Okay, that is what that is what the energy of 2020 is. That is what so intrinsically we have this system of following our awareness. It's just that we don't really acknowledge all that when it shows up, and instead we go into the judgment of, oh my god, I'm late, why does this happen to me, why am I always late, and all of that. So how many of you have experienced things like this, where you were late and then you ended up reaching right on time, or you ended up reaching exactly at a time when the other person came, maybe the other person was late, and then you ended up reaching exactly on time. Okay, that is your inbuilt awareness, and all of us have that inbuilt awareness. And then what happens is, so many people, hey, I have, yes, absolutely, me, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So everyone, we have that inbuilt awareness. And so what is occurring now is that more and more of that is showing up. And what we have to do is we have to actually acknowledge when that shows up, and we have to go, yes, absolutely, that's exactly what I would like to have. That's exactly what I would like to have, and I would like to have more of that. Okay, now let's talk about what is your next step. What would you maybe I will talk about that tomorrow, not today. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about uh, creating a plan, okay, or following a plan, okay. And it's not what you think it is. I thought I was going to talk about it today, but I think that's like a topic of a completely new Facebook Live. So tomorrow is following a plan. Okay, so that is what awareness is. We have this inbuilt awareness, and what you have to do is you have to ask for more of that to show up. And also, the other part of it is that you have to actually stop judging yourself. So, when something like that occurs, when you are late, for example, instead of, beating yourself up and going, oh my God, I'm always late. Why am I late? Blah, 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 blah. Instead, go into, what's right about this I'm not getting, and ask that question, what awareness am I having here? what awareness am I having here? Because every single thing that occurs, if you are willing to have awareness about that, then everything just opens up for you. Okay? Now, let me kind of share with you a different way of looking at awareness, and also a different way of following your awareness. Hi, Anju. Good to have you live. Okay. So I actually wrote a Facebook post on this maybe a couple of weeks ago. So if you go on my personal wall and you scroll down, you will find a couple of posts on awareness. So, I would recommend that you go read those posts. But I love creating. So at any time, I have at least like 20 or 30 tabs open on my laptop. Like right now, I have 30 tabs open. And so what happens is that I will be sitting there and I will be doing some work. I'll be working maybe on my website or something like that, and suddenly I will have this thought pop into my head: go do this. Okay. And that go do this could be anything. It could be like, go to the kitchen and do something. Or it could be just, turn around and pick up that paper and draw something. Or it could be any random thing that comes into my head. So I just pause for a moment, and then I ask, okay, is this what is going to create the most in this moment? And if it lightens up, and if you ask a question and it lightens up, it means that it's true for you. Then what I will do is I will just do that thing, whatever has popped in my awareness. And then as I complete that, then if something else pops into my awareness, I will just go do that thing. And what I've noticed is that when I'm really, really, really present, when I'm 100% present in that moment, and I'm following those impulses which show up, okay, even though, it might seem very random, like it might seem six different random things that, showed up for me as an impulse. But if I do those six different random things, what occurs is that something totally different opens up for me. And I will end up creating, and I will end up getting things done, which at a speed at which I have never even considered. So it's almost like everything that I follow an impulse about, it kind of releases some energy, and then that energy becomes available to me. Okay. So think about this. Maybe, I'm sitting here and there is an email that I have to write. Okay. And it's like a business email, and I have to put together a proposal or something like that, and it's taking me time to really think and to write it down and whatever. But in the middle of it, if I have this impulse of go get up and do qigong, okay, and so I drop that email that I'm doing. I go, okay, I open YouTube and I go, okay, what Qigong would I like to do now? And then, I search and I find some videos, maybe I find, and I'm looking at them 16 minutes, no, 5 minutes, no, 10 minutes. Yeah, this is the one. I switch that on and I do that 10 minute of qigong, and then I come back and I sit on my computer and I open up that email that I'm writing, and now suddenly things just start to flow, and I just write whatever is required, and very quickly it's all written, and then I send it off, right? So what just happened as I followed that impulse, it released some energy that, that energy became available to me. Maybe it's an energy of I don't really know how to define that energy, but that energy suddenly became available to me, and then that energy contributed to whatever it is that I'm creating in the moment. Do you get what I mean? Right? Yeah. So Kriti says, totally making sense. Hi, Shruti. Good to have you live. So, my invitation to you is this, that, just for 1 hour, do this. Okay. For 1 hour, do this. Okay. And just play with it. and just follow your impulses, whatever weird wacky impulse that is. Yeah, just follow your impulse and go do those things, and then you will see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you will absolutely see what I'm talking about. Like, a couple of weeks, no, last week, I think, one of my friends, she said to me, I'm going to the vegetable market, do you want to come? And that energy was really really strong, that go. So I said to her, yeah, let's go. But she wanted to actually go that evening when I had a call scheduled. So I said, hey, I would love to come, but I just can't come in the evening. If you go in the morning tomorrow, I can join you. And so she said, no, I really have to go. And so I just let it go. And what happened was, she texted me and she said, you know what, I'm not going now. Let's go tomorrow morning. So the next day, I ended up going with her to the vegetable market. And I ended up buying so much stuff. And then I brought it all home and I looked at all of that and I became so overwhelmed. I said, oh my God, I've bought so much produce. I have so many greens, and I have all these fruits, and oh my God, I don't know what to do with it. And so, looking at all that, I went to my favorite, first of all, I kind of indulged that overwhelm, and then I went to this question, what would it take for for all these things to be done greater than I've ever considered? Because it was like a farmer's market kind of thing. The produce had a lot of mud, so you had to clean it and box it, and all of that good stuff, right? So I just kind of thought, what would it take for all this to be done even greater than I've ever considered? And then I just let it go. Hi Deepika, hi Mona, good to have you guys live here. So what I'm doing, I'm streaming to Facebook, I'm streaming to YouTube, and then I have my phone up there, and I'm streaming to Instagram, just having a lot of fun with that, right? So anyway, so I just went to that question, what would it take for all these things to get done even greater than I've ever considered? And then I made out a plan. So the next day in the morning, I woke up and I had a plan. I'm going to do this, and then I just started. I before I could get to the first step, I couldn't actually, and instead I ended up doing something else. And then I did something, I just kept getting these impulses, and I kept following this impulse and that one and that one and that one. And very quickly, everything got done. My whole thing was done. All my produce was sorted out. It was in boxes, and some of it I had to freeze, which I froze, and everything was done. And I was like, wow, that was great. So the awareness, follow the awareness, go to the vegetable market, get all this stuff, be overwhelmed by it, go to question, and then everything gets done. How's that for following your awareness, right? Really makes sense, right? So Philip says, I am misidentifying awareness with intuition. So I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. If you could give me some details, maybe I could talk about it. Okay, so this is the kind of awareness which is available to us in this energy of 2020. Okay, just follow your impulses. Like, try this out. Maybe go for a walk, right? Go for a walk, and you might have a decided thing that I'm going to go this way or that way. And then once you start walking, just follow the impulse. So if the impulse says go left, go left. And then as you keep walking, you come to a crossroads. And if the impulse says go right, then go right. And just follow that. I think that's the simplest way in which you can train yourself to follow your awareness. And if you do this for a few days and really follow that, and you what you will notice is that at the end of the walk you will feel more energized than you were before. Or set aside like 1 hour of time and just practice following your impulses. And as you start following your impulses, at the end of that hour of following your impulses, you should be way more energized than you are when you began. And if you're feeling dull and you're feeling whatever, then what occurred was that you went into a should instead of just following your impulse. Like you went into, I should complete this email, and sit on that email for 2 hours without it getting done. And instead I just got up, did that 10 minutes of qigong, which was following my impulse, and my email got done the moment I finished my qigong. So that is following your awareness. Okay, now what I want to talk about is okay, great. I have some great comments. I'm just going to. So Mary says, I generally do that when I'm lost on the road. I always find the right route that way. Exactly. Okay, great. Um, I'm asking for more awareness. Should I also ask for an enhanced intuition? Again, I don't know what you have defined awareness as, and I don't know what you have defined intuition as. Okay, so you said before I'm misidentifying awareness with intuition. So again, what is awareness, what is intuition, and what kind of stuff you're getting into, I really cannot say. Okay, now there are a lot of people who choose to turn off their awareness. Okay, so people will have a lot of awareness of a lot of things. So for example, your body is an awareness of an awareness unit, and your body gives you information about all kinds of things. Your body will give you information about the planet. It gives you information about people in the room. It will give you information about your loved ones. It will give you all kinds of information, right? So for example, someone I know, she had a really bad she had a really bad backache, and the whole day she was like trying to heal her backache and all of that. And then in the middle of the night, she forgot to switch on the light near the washroom, and her husband, he took a fall in the night. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but he just fell, and the moment he fell, her backache vanished. So, like, that was her awareness. That was her body telling her about something, about an event that was going to occur in the future. So, what if, if something like that occurred, you went into what awareness am I having here? And, the next question that I would ask you to add over there is that, uh, is this, can I change this? You could go to those four questions. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how can I change it? Okay. And so, if you are having an awareness about something that is going to occur, and you go to this question, can I change it? And if so, how can I change it? Then automatically you are creating that energy. You are being that contribution that situation requires, and you will create the change there. Okay, so when things show up in your body, instead of concluding that it is a pain and it is this and that, go to this question of, what awareness am I having here, and what what can I be or do to change this? Or what is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? How can I change it? Start playing with this, and then you will start to get more and more awareness. And really, you will start to have cognitive awareness of things. So we have a lot of information available to us. There is a lot of information available in the field. So we have this energy field. There is a lot of information available to us in our energy fields, but a lot of information many times is not available as usable knowing. So usable knowing is it means exactly that, usable knowing. Okay, so one of the things that I'm playing with this year is this year-long program called A Year of Calibration Celebration. And in this year long program, we work on the energy field. We work on our personal energy field, which is called as the Universal Calibration Lattice. And there are points in the universal calibration lattice, which when we open up, what starts to occur is that the knowledge that is available in our energy field and the knowledge that is streaming in right now, it starts getting converted to usable knowing. Okay, um, because what is occurring is there is a lot of energy that is available to us. However, we are not able to absorb that energy because our energy fields are not wired to hold that much energy. So through this year of calibration celebration, every month, we work as a group, and I do 3 activations every month. And what these activations do is they start to open up your energy field so that you can absorb more and more energy, you can hold more and more energy. And as you hold more and more energy, that energy is translated as usable knowing. Okay, so if that is something that you would like to play with, the link is in the description. Go check it out. And I have like a great I have like a great payment plan available for it as well. And people who have been a part of that have been reporting some amazing things that have been showing up for them. Okay, and this month, guess what we are working on? We are working on money. And so, we are opening up our energy field so that we can have more and more usable knowing about awareness, about creating purposeful prosperity in our life, about looking at our history and changing the energy in our history so that it becomes a support to you in creating money instead of pulling you down. So if that's something that you would like to play with, check that out. I will share that link in the description. Okay, now one more thing that I want to talk about, and what I would like to talk about is why people choose to turn off their awareness. Okay, so people choose to turn off their awareness in many different ways. Okay, um, when you are experiencing space, what happens is that you are aware of so many things. And people kind of contract, and all that awareness which is bombarding them, they don't know what to do with it. And so what they are trying to do is they are trying to stuff that awareness. So you can either stuff their awareness. People have different ways in which they can do it. One is, food is a great way of stuffing that awareness. Another way of stuffing awareness is alcohol or drugs or even smoking, right? Many different ways in which we are trying to push our awareness away. Okay, now my suggestion is that don't push it away. Ask for more. Ask for more. If you have more awareness and you try to turn off your awareness, it's going to be really not good, not pretty, because you cannot unknow something that you already know, right? So instead of turning off your awareness by doing all these amazing things that we do to turn off our awareness, ask for more awareness. And so I have a question that I've been playing with. Do you want that question? So if you would like to have that question, type in question in the comments below. I'm going to wait for you guys. I want you guys to engage. Come on. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay. So I'm not going to be whatever. So the question is this, and this is a question I've been playing around with, and I've also shared it with a few of my friends who've been going through this thing of having a lot of awareness and it being really uncomfortable for them. So the question is this: what would it take for my awareness, my allowance, and my benevolence to be even greater than I've ever considered? What would it take for my awareness, my allowance, and my benevolence to be even greater than I have ever considered? Okay, so why these three things? Okay, so awareness, obviously you are asking for more awareness, right? You are totally asking for more awareness. Allowance, allowance is, when the awareness shows up, you don't go into judgment about this. Okay, you don't go into judgment about what is showing up. Okay, so what starts to occur is that when you have more awareness, you can see things that you were not able to see before. And say for example, it's a relationship. Okay, maybe it's your romantic partner, or maybe it's your business partner. Okay, so when you have more awareness show up, you're going to be able to see things about your partner that you were not able to see before. So maybe you are able to see that they lie, or maybe you can see that they're cheating. And the moment that occurs, what happens is we go into judgment, we contract ourselves and shut it down. Okay, so when you ask for more allowance, what occurs is that instead of going to judgment, you will actually go to no judgment. You will go to no to allowance. Okay, and then the third thing is benevolence. So, benevolence is that energy of inclusion. It is that energy of including everyone and everything. It is, you don't exclude anybody. Because a lot of times, when you see things about someone, the tendency is to actually exclude things, exclude people. So if you kind of, for example, see that your business partner is cheating, then what you will do is you will go into judgment. Oh my God, this person is cheating, and then boom, you've excluded them. You are no longer willing to receive from them. But what starts to occur is when you start using this question, what would it take for my awareness, my allowance, and my benevolence to be even greater than I've ever considered? What will occur is that you have awareness, so you're not switching off your awareness, which you will do the moment you go into judgment. Um, isn't allowance for cheating being a doormat? No, it's not. I'm not saying to you that don't do anything. That's exactly what I was going to come to. Okay, allowance is having neither aligning and agreeing with that, nor resisting and reacting to something. Okay, so number one, you have your awareness open. Number two, you are in allowance, so you're not resisting, reacting to it, you are in allowance of it. And number three, benevolence is you function from a space of inclusion. Now, there's something really interesting which starts to occur when you function from a space of inclusion. What actually starts to occur is that you don't remove yourself from that situation, because the moment you exclude something, the the first person you exclude is yourself, and so you no longer are a part of that whatever that is. So the moment you go into judgment, the moment you do that, you have actually pulled yourself out of your business. Now, is that a really smart choice? It's not actually, right? So when you start running this question and you start actually including yourself, what starts to occur is that suddenly things will start showing up in a way that everything will kind of line up for you, and that whole situation it just changes. Okay, so don't take my word for this. What I would like for you to do is start playing with this question 30 times a day. Look at, keep any situation in mind, where you think that it's not working, and start playing with this question. And what you will start to see is some amazing magical things start to show up. Okay, so this is your home play for today. What would it take for my awareness, my allowance, and my benevolence to be even greater than I've ever considered? Go play with this 30 times a day for the next 30 days. Take some specific situation and then run that, and you will start to see something really amazing show up. So I think that was it for today. Please do check out the year or a year of calibration celebration. The link is in the description above. And tomorrow, I'm going to talk about planning for the future. And it's not what you think it is, it's something totally different. And I'm going to share with you a book, actually a couple of books tomorrow, and I will read a part of that book which illustrates exactly what I would like to talk about. So I will see you same time tomorrow. And thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this series, for contributing. And if this series is a contribution to you, please share it with your friends and family. Please invite more people to come play with us. Thanks, everyone. Bye.